We're going to begin by making the cut lines on the back of your zebra paper. So to start, you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half. So just very carefully line up the corners and the edge so it's nice and straight. And then press down on the seam, make a crease, and you can open it back up. And I'm going to fold it the other way just so it makes a nice crease. And later I'm going to cut on this line. So if you want to, you can take your pencil and you can make a line on the line so you know that you're cutting on it. Oops. Okay, so then you're going to turn your paper this way, and actually you could fold it back up. Just make sure that you're marking the side where the line is drawn. So this next step is going to show you how to make your zebra facing from the right going inward to the left. So the head is in the middle, but the body's on the right side. If you like it this way, you're going to draw your diagonal line from the top left corner to the bottom right corner like you're about to see. If you want your zebra to look like this from the other side, then you're going to draw your diagonal line from the bottom left hand of your paper to the top right. So if you want it to look like this, just wait until I show you the next diagonal line. Don't do it, and then I will show you how to do it this way immediately after that. That line is drawn, and now I'm going to flip it to the other side. So you can either keep it open like this and now draw on the bottom half, or you can fold it this way if it's easier for you. And now we're going to draw an X from corner to corner. So the same line again from this corner to the bottom right corner, and then from that corner down, so that you're going to make a big X from corner to corner. Nice straight lines. Okay. Then you're going to turn it back so it's like this, and you're going to draw a straight line from the middle point straight up, like that. And then you're going to draw a line here so that you have a little triangle here. And try to leave about the same width from the edge on this side. Doesn't have to be exact, but as close as you can get it. And draw that line down straight as well. So now you'll have your big X, a line dividing the top into two smaller triangles, and then a tiny triangle on either side here. Now this is going to be for the nose of the zebra, so you could make it even a little bit closer in if you wanted to. I kind of like a skinnier nose, I think, so I think I'm going to do it like that. But we'll see how it turns out. So I probably could cut it on the smaller line or the outside line first, and then if it's too wide, then I could always trim it to that size. It just has to be the same on either side. So I'll leave it like that. So when you're done, you can open your paper and it should look like this. So you're going to use varying pressure with your brush to create your zebra pattern. I want you guys to do this very carefully so that you can actually make a zebra pattern, not just regular stripes. So when your brush is going very lightly, it's going to make a thin line. Okay, so you could practice, make a thin line at one edge. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because zebra stripes are not perfect, right? They're organic shapes and lines. Then you can practice adding some width. So by pressing down a little bit harder, angling your brush to the side, you can make varying widths of the stripe. The only thing is you don't really want to see your dry brush strokes too much. And then you can always go in and add more more width as you wish, but you can't take width away. You can make it thicker, but you can't make it thinner. And then you can add kind of like an open spot to it. You can create kind of like shape in here, angling inward. And then you'll go around that shape. You can make a line skinnier at one side and get wider at the other, and then go back the opposite way. So I could do the same thing here with one of those little triangular shapes. And then start skinny here and get wider toward the end here. You can add simple lines. Skinny lines, thick lines, you can vary them. It's really just for you guys to have fun. It's kind of a therapeutic process. It's not something you need to try super hard on. Just have fun making your lines. Once your zebra paper is totally done, you're then going to let it dry. And if you find any spaces in between your lines that you feel are gaps, you can always try to add more lines in. So check it down and see if there's something really wide, you may want to add something in there. Mine looks pretty balanced out, so I'm going to leave mine just as is. But if you feel when you're looking at it that you have any like big white areas, then you could always go in and add a little bit more in there, okay? Actually, you know what, just for the fun of it, I think I'm gonna make this looks kind of empty. So let me see what I can do here and widen this up a little bit. After this, you're gonna set your zebra paper to dry and get your colored paper for the background. Now, before you start painting, you have the option of using paint or marker. The markers were a lot brighter and more vibrant. So if you have markers like this that are nice and wide, you can use the marker. Just make sure to watch the painting part so that you see the process. So after the painting part, you'll see a quick version with marker. So you could do either medium. So for the background, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start with a circle in the sky for the sun. Again, it can be any color background you wish. You just want to make sure that whatever paint color you use for your stripes is very different from your color. So I could actually use a dark green because that is enough contrast. Probably wouldn't use yellow because that won't be able to show up. So I'm going to use something that I think will look nice, like this blue. So before I start, I'm going to trace a circle on my paper with a pencil. I'm going to use a yellow colored pencil so it's harder to see. Now I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to start by making curved lines up on my sun or moon. And you want it to be spaced apart and as even as you can get them. They're all going to be curving upward and then back down, upward and then back down. None of them are going to go the opposite way. So they're all going to go up and then back down, and do that all the way to the bottom of the circle. Then from the sides, you're going to come straight out. One more option is you guys can do this with magic marker. So if you have markers, you just follow the exact same process, go over the circle parts first, all curving upward, and then connect the sides going straight from those lines, and then just finish the rest going straight. And it creates that optical illusion of that sphere, that blazing Savannah sun. So markers is another option. Just make sure to hold your markers on an angle to get a really nice thick stripe. If you hold it on the tip, that's where it's nice and pointy and you'll get thin stripes. Hold it on an angle, kind of on its side a little bit to get that nice wide stripe.